What's the emotion that people are feeling right now? What's frustrating them? What's annoying them? What's upsetting them? What's getting them down? What do they go home and slam the door on? What are they feeling? I feel so lost. I feel so uninspired. I'm so frustrated. What is it? And you go, so what's happening that you're feeling that? Put your finger on the problem, right? If you put your finger on the problem, you will reduce the pain. That's why people need you. You got clarity around your perfect future customer. How we can help you get clarity around what we call our game plan. Now, game plan, this is how we build a marketing plan. MVM, by the way, stands for minimum viable marketing. Please don't say, I need to get my website right before I start marketing, or I need to just put the finishing touches on my presentation. Please start before you're ready. Progress, not perfection. Do not, I repeat, do not put off talking about your thing until it's ready. Because I guarantee your offer will never be 100% ready. You will be changing it and tweaking it and improving it and adjusting it for the next 10, 15, 20 months and potentially years. So what you want to do, I always like to think of, I'm not saying you offer this, but I always like to think of business as in the first 90 days is critical to see whether someone's interested or getting value from you. So I always think that people just want to see value as quickly as possible, and 90 days is a pretty good benchmark. So all I want you to do is write 90 days at the top of this minimum viable marketing game plan. And I want to just write around it a couple of words. We're going to work who, what, how. This is your business plan, by the way. And what it does is it really starts to articulate the value of emotion in helping someone take action. So there's a couple of things at the end, no matter what you do, we can relate everything back to two outcomes that people want. Are you ready? The first thing that people want is they want time. They want to save it, or they want to spend it wisely, which means they want more efficiency. Right? I want to save time, or I want to do things better, faster, sooner. That's really what people want. Second thing is money. Now, anyone who says, Rana, it's not about the money, it's always about the money, because you try not doing it about the money, it makes life harder. No money makes life hard. Money is a fuel, it's not an outcome. I want to make money, that's fantastic, but what do you want to make money to do? Right? Money is not the outcome, but money is a fuel. So what we want to do is we either want to make more or we want to save more. Right? That's it. Think about it. No matter what you do, if you boil it down, all of the bits and pieces, people want one of those two things. Fantastic. Okay, so let's get clear. When you do marketing, your only goal is, ready? Marketing's goal, the whole point of marketing is to attract. And people in marketing, you'll know someone's interested in marketing, or people are in the marketing side of your business when they want more information. Got it? I'd love more information on that. I want to download this book. I want to download a guide. I want to come to a training. I want to come to a webinar. I want to come to a challenge. I want more information. Awesome. Here's some information. Now, what are you going to do with it? Right? What are you going to do with it? So what we look at then is going, well, information should be centered around two things. Are you ready? Information should be centered around one. It should talk about a problem that your audience is facing. And we want to be very specific about the problem. For example, growing my business is an outcome. But what's stopping you from growing your business? I need more leads. Okay, great. So lead flow is one problem. The next thing that people don't go into much is what is the cost of the problem. And the cost of the problem is what we call pain. That's where emotion sits. And people will buy on emotion. And say they buy into things on emotion. So the question I'd have for you is, when someone comes to you, what problem do you talk about that has them say, that's me, I relate to that, that's what I'm going through right now? So all I want you to do is write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What are 5 problems that your perfect future customer have? For example, do not write down they're not confident, right? Okay, what's happening that they're not confident? They don't have a plan. Okay, so the one thing is they don't have a plan. Or problem is I'm not making enough sales. Okay, so the problem is not enough sales. What's another problem? Burnout. Okay, what's happening that they're burnt out? Overworked. Okay, well, you write down the problem is you're probably overworked. And the biggest thing that I see is that when people market, the reason why people should do a marketing program like ours, and I'll be upfront, is because most people cannot market, and therefore the chances of them being able to attract great business is severely reduced because of their inability to talk about the emotional value of their offer. And there's nothing, some people have it, or other people need to learn it. And what I say that is that there are 2 types. There's intangible problems and there is tangible problems. Intangible are things that we feel and we sense, we express. Tangible are things that we can see, measure, and touch. One is emotion and one is logic. And so what I look at is you have to have a balance. So for example, if I say I'm feeling anxious, that's intangible. You want to say, well, what's happening that you feel anxious? Because anxious is a byproduct of a cause. And you go, because I don't have enough leads. So the problem is you don't have enough leads. I'm feeling burnt out. Okay, well, feeling burnt out is not the problem. That's the byproduct of the problem. The problem is what? The product is that you're working 80 hours a week. You're working 80-hour weeks. That's the problem. But the pain is the emotion that comes from it. The pain is the intangible. Tangible is the problem. Intangible is the pain. Oh, I just feel I'm so pissed off. What's happening that you're so pissed off? Wow, staff aren't staying, they're leaving. Okay, so staff leaving is the problem. Yes, okay. That's marketing. Think about it. What's the emotion that people are feeling right now? What's frustrating them? What's annoying them? What's upsetting them? What's getting them down? What do they go home and slam the door on? What do they feeling? I feel so lost. I feel so uninspired. I'm so frustrated. What is it? And you go, so what's happening that you're feeling that? Put your finger on the problem, right? If you put your finger on the problem, you will reduce the pain. That's why people need you. So obviously it stands to reason that the next part of this is, in the same way, tangible and intangible, is sales. So when I talk about a game plan, right, a marketing map for someone's business, I always look at attract is information, right? But we need to move someone into action. So they need to act, and that's all about implementation. Implementation. It's not what you know, it's what you do that actually helps you create an outcome. And so for me, I look at it and I think, well, what's the promise that you're making that has someone go, okay, tell me more? What's the problem? Promise, sorry. Or another word to say is the possibility that you can create for someone if they work with you. And again, please don't say, oh, I'm going to help you become less burnt out. No. Well, what are you going to do that's going to help them become less burnt out? What are you going to do? What are you going to help them implement? Oh, I'm going to help you become wealthy. Great. Well, what are you going to do What's the mechanism to create wealth? What's the mechanism to create less burnout? What's the mechanism to generate less frustration? The mechanism is tangible. The effect is intangible. Making sense? So, in the same way, I want you to write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I want you to write down all of the possibilities that you can help a client with. All of the possibilities. All of the things that you can help them with. And for every intangible, I want you to write a tangible. And for every tangible, I want you to write an intangible. Right? Do the work. The more clear this plan is, and by the way, I have it this size for a reason, but the more clear this is and the more concise this is, congratulations, you're going to make a lot of impact. You're going to make a lot of income. And you're going to have a lot of influence because everything that you need to grow and grow your business is on one page. It's your game plan. Because the last part of this, there's a little box down here, is the process. And the process is how you charter your offer, this triangle in the middle, that has someone go, let's do it. Because I say, listen, so the problem that you're having is you can't generate leads. And that's making you feel anxious, right? And they go, yeah. Well, how would you like me to help you generate more leads? Attract more opportunity? And they go, well, mate, I'd love that. Okay, fantastic. Would you like me to show you how? Yeah. How do you do it? Well, there's 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Where would you like to go from here? Let's do it. Bang, sales, done, finished. Nothing else. So what do we need? Who are we targeting? What is the problem that they're having? And how are you going to help them solve it? Boom, done. Congratulations. You are MBA qualified to grow your business. The thing is, if you have what I call a limp offer, if you don't do the work there, guess what? You're going to have to make up for it down the track. The work you don't do on this, you're going to have to fill up with you have to convince people harder in sales. You can't skip doing the work. And so here inside of this, all I want you to do, right, before you move on to module 2, between now and module 2, day 2 of the challenge, you need to, please, please, please do this. Do not skip this. This is not about going through the ticking boxes. Ticking boxes and getting outcomes are 2 very different things. Ticking boxes is I watched 5 modules. Getting outcomes is I did the work for 5 modules and now I'm getting results. Very different. All I'd love you to do is 1, write down 5 compelling problems and the pain of those problems. And 2, the promise and the possibilities that you could help someone with in your business. Get it clear. Get them solid. Ask someone around you, run it past someone, say, do you think this is good? Do you see value in this? Not someone who's going to give you some sort of, oh, of course, dear, they're fantastic. I'm talking about someone like myself who would say, that's not good enough. That's better. That's awesome. Who's a friend around you right now that will give you independent, objective advice because they're not relying on you for their emotional well-being. You don't need a friend, you need someone who's firm. Okay? Would you like a call to help you move forward faster? And if you're someone who's already got a little bit of momentum behind them, or you're someone who's got some of the elements of this already, and you think, look, this is great, but I probably just want to have a chat and see what you can do for me, book a call. Let's have a chat with myself or one of our team, and we can help you move faster. But in the meantime, bye for now.